everyone. Today we're going to do an unboxing for Lenovo Legion 5. 15 days of long wait, and now we have received our shipment. And let's see what we have inside the box. Okay, so I need to put it down like this. Pretty neat stuff there. Some robust protection. Okay. I don't think it's going to open any other way, so I need to just remove this casing. Okay, this is sweet. Let's try this one more time. You open the box, then just flip like this, and it just pops out. And then you lift it up. Legion Ultimate support. You have this instruction. Okay, it goes for both the 15-inch model and the 17-inch one. We have the 15-inch one here. And of course the safety and warranty, very important. What else do we have? So we have a massive power brick. Okay, that's heavy. And we have this. They included the US type charge. Open the box. This is the laptop. Nice covering. First impression. So since this is an unboxing video, I won't be going into the details, technical specifications and the performance. But for now, it's just the unboxing. Before ending the video, let's see if it opens the all famous one finger lift.
A few moments later.
Hi everyone, so in today's video we're going to talk about the most important thing you need to do just after getting your new laptop, or if you're going to, let's say, reinstall Windows and you're trying to make your old laptop fast again, or you just want to restore Windows with the general license. So let's get started. The most important thing that we all forget right after getting our new laptop, because we had too busy getting our hands on it and trying all the new cool features, is that we forget what happens if there is an issue with the laptop. Let's say you got a Windows crash, or you just lost all your drivers, or maybe you just want to make it the way it was, well, the way you received it. Could be a virus issue, or maybe you just want to make it faster. So what happens in this case is you need to have, of course, the Windows and all the drivers. Now more and more laptops, they don't ship the old school DVD drives, and you don't have one in there. And which brings us to the question, do you really have a possibility to have a recovery drive? Or is there a possibility to reinstall your Windows with the genuine license if you don't have a recovery drive already on your machine? So in today's video, we're going to talk about this one. and of course all the necessary steps how you can achieve this. And keep in mind, this video is not only for Lenovo Legion users. This applies to all the manufacturers out there for all the possible models. So if you just go to their website and follow the steps that I'm going to show you in this video, you will be able to do the same. Yeah, of course, some of the steps will be slightly different because we're different service providers, but more or less the process remains the same. Before we get started, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, it means a lot. And let's start.
Open any browser and type support.lenovo.com. Now click on PC. On this web page, you will have the laptop category and also the laptop model. So you need to select your model. Then it will bring you to this page where you can see all the details about your product. Click on detect product. Now we need to go under the category driver and software. Go to order recovery media. Click to continue. Bring you to another page where you will have options like this. This is a 4-step process: eligibility, order, customer information, and confirmation. When you're on this page, you will see your product serial number, your machine type, operating system version, and you need to select your country. And don't be afraid if you didn't see your country in this particular list, it doesn't include all of them. Just select where you imported the model from. I recommend selecting a country that speaks English, so it's easier to navigate around the windows. While you were on the previous page, you can also select and check your warranty status, and if you have raised any servicing request, you will find all the details on that page. Okay, so now moving to the next thing, which is selecting the language. So you select the language. Now we are almost there, so now we just need to click digital download. You need to select accepting terms and conditions. Next, fill your credentials, name, region, email address, and now you need to check once again all the details you have just filled. Make sure you type in the correct email address because you will receive a link and also confirmation on your email. So once you have checked and rechecked, you can click on digital download. Now there is one thing you need to keep in mind. This link is valid only for 72 hours, which means if you want to make a backup or a recovery drive, you need to be prepared with good internet and make sure you don't exceed that 72-hour deadline. Now let's click on digital download. You will download a file. Just open your downloads folder, double click to run it. Now it will give you two options: download recovery files and create a USB recovery. Now keep in mind your Lenovo ID is the same ID you will be using to download your digital recovery and also to log in and download the data for the recovery creator. So once you input your credentials, sign in. It takes some time to verify the credentials. So once you check your details, click on next. Select your folder for download location. Click on download, but I've already downloaded the files, so I'll show you what happens next. So you can click on create your USB recovery, select the file that you just downloaded, click on next. It will ask you to connect a USB drive. So keep in mind you need a USB drive which is 16 gigabytes or larger. So I'm just going to connect my USB drive. Please keep in mind, if you select a slower USB type, it's going to be a bit painful. I recommend using a USB 3.0 or at least a decent speed USB 2.0. Okay, my USB is connected, so you need to select again the recovery file. Click on next. Yeah, it shows you your drive now. You just need to click next. It will say yes to create partitions. Now from here on it's just pressing next and yes. It will take some time for recovery drive to be created, so you need to be a bit patient here. But yeah, in 5 to 10 minutes you will have your recovery drive ready to be used. Using this recovery drive you can have your operating system reinstalled with all the drivers, and there is no need to activate Windows.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. I'm making a quick video on how to properly create a new file in AutoCAD. This will work on all the versions of AutoCAD, so no need to change any steps. Alright, we open AutoCAD, okay, then we go and click on the new file icon. Once you click on that, you will have this window. Now what you need to do is you need to go to open. Next to it there's a drop down menu, and you need to click on open with no template metric. That's it, bam, you're done. Your file is now in millimeters. You can check that by typing UN units command. You can set the precision to 0.0. Click OK and you're good to go. Now type OP for options. Now we're going to change the display settings. Go to colors, go to uniform background. You will see there are a number of things you can change here. Just click on the color box there, okay, and then select the color, or you can select any other colors that are already shown to you by default. Apply and close, apply, okay, and you will see that your background is now changed. You can change the background to any color you want. Just keep in mind whatever you're drafting, that particular line set to this specific color will be invisible. Alright, now let's move to the next step. Go to profiles. All the changes you are going to do, okay, be it your background color, crosshair size, right click customization, or any other option you want to change. Once you have changed that, create a profile, name it, add a description of all the stuff that you have done, apply and close. This is very important because let's say your system got infected by a virus or your AutoCAD is just acting up. You can always go back to options, reset the profile. Okay, I'm going to show you what happens. You click on reset, it resets everything. Okay, now let's say you want to get back your profile because you have a work style and you are used to it. Just double click and that's it, done. Okay, so I hope you find this useful. One more important thing to keep in mind is whenever you are installing CAD, the default save option is to that specific version, and when you're working with other team members you may not have the same version of CAD installed, and it can lead to a number of issues. So always make sure you set it to a lower version like 2013 or 2010. I recommend 2013 because there are a number of features that were updated that year and in that specific version which are not supported by 2010. So just make sure you have it there. Then you can go through and change or tweak whatever you want, the way you want it, and just make sure to save that profile. Okay, never change the default profile. Next thing we're going to do is to maximize our real estate off screen. So just press Ctrl 0. It will bring you to a neat clean layout. Now you will still see that command line prompt. Just press Ctrl 9 and you will get rid of that. So if you want the ribbon back and the other things, just press Ctrl 0 again and you will have it back in no time. Now we will just exit AutoCAD, Hope you like this video. Subscribe for more content like this. Cheers. Bye.
हाय गाइस, सो आज के इस वीडियो में हम आपको दिखाएंगे मॉरिशस का एक बहुत ही अमेजिंग स्पॉट, जो कि यहाँ का सबसे हाई स्पॉट भी है, और आपको लेके चलेंगे अपने साथ इस अमेजिंग हाइकिंग पे और दिखाएंगे वहाँ से मिलने वाले कुछ सुंदर नज़ारे। लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। हर चीज़ की शुरुआत होती है गूगल बाबा के दरबार में, तो आइए चलिए सर्च करते हैं कि आखिर ये लोकेशन है कहाँ पे। बेंच 828 ब्लैक रिवर गॉर्जेस नेशनल पार्क, मॉरिशस, जो कि इंडियन ओशन में है, और हमें यहाँ जाना है। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं फिर।
So we are at the highest spot in Mauritius, bench 828. You can see the Lemon Mountain there. अभी हम पहुंचे ही थे 828 पे, पर बारिश होने का अंदेशा है और विनेश का कहना है कि बारिश में फंसे तो हम बुरे फंसेंगे। तो अब हमें यहाँ से चलना होगा, मज़े से फंसेंगे, तो इसलिए अब हमें यहाँ से चलना होगा। धूप होती है तभी ऐसा दिखता है। हालांकि इतनी देर से हम लोग यहाँ बैठे हुए थे और यहाँ पे बादल थे, हम ज़्यादा व्यूज़ नहीं ले पाए। और मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ अब यहाँ से कितना अच्छा व्यू आता है, ज़बरदस्त। और वो वहाँ पे लेमन माउंटेन, सुंदर लगून्स, और घना जंगल। और ये है बेंच 828, मॉरिशस का हाईएस्ट स्पॉट। और इन सुंदर व्यूज से होते हुए हमें जाना होगा नीचे, और यहाँ पे मेरे बाकी हाइकर्स नीचे दिखाई दे रहे होंगे शायद आपको वहाँ पे। हेमंत, से हाय। और अब मुझे यहाँ से जाना होगा नीचे की तरफ। काफ़ी खतरनाक रास्ता। ये गाइस, सो मैं नीचे जा रहा हूँ और नीचे जाने के बाद फिर मिलते हैं आपसे।
Hi guys, hope you're having an amazing time. So today we are at Kodong Waterfront to check out some Christmas celebrations. Let's get started. So when you enter Kodong Waterfront, you have the casino on your left hand side, and this looks pretty interesting, especially at night. The lion at the edge of the boat. This looks completely different during the daytime. So let's move ahead, and you have this nice area with some lights hanging. In the background you can see the boat area of Port Louis. Some nice light from the boats, reflection on the water. Right now we are walking through the redeveloped waterfront area. We have some nice shops and restaurants. Now let's have a closer look at the Christmas tree. And it started raining, so everybody is running. I think I should also start running, as my few of my gadgets will get busted. Something to eat at Shaolin. बोल रहा हूँ वैसे. I think we should go and get a bowl of vessel. One bowl of vessel, or in English what we call the reverse bowl dish, and some water. Wanted to not criticize anyone, but so smart people are everywhere, and so are the idiots. So as you can see, they have been throwing garbage into this one, and because of this, well, it's going to stink. So finally the dish has arrived. This is called the bowl of vessel. Just finished our dinner. Now we are headed back to Port Tourist. So guys, this was Kora Waterfront. Hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the notification and the bell icon for timely updates. Cheers. Hi guys, so I'm making a quick video on Lenovo Legion 5 and current best options to buy this laptop in India. So we're going to check Amazon and Lenovo official store to see what options do they have and how much does it cost. So after being researching for almost over than a month, honestly speaking, it's been rather disappointing, because for some reason all these tech companies, they don't believe that people in India should have access to quality stuff. More of that later, but let's have a look at what they have to offer for us in gaming category of Lenovo Legion 5. Okay, so we are currently at Lenovo official store, and we need to go to laptop, and we can directly go to Legion series. Okay, so in this one we will have several options. We are looking at the Legion 5
So I'm just going to open it in a new tab. Let's see, and it takes you to Legion 5i, and you can click on Legion 5 AMD option. Okay, now when you click on view models, you can find that the processor is now 4800H. Earlier they were only selling 4600H, which is the last generation, and it has 6 cores. This one, on the other hand, is the Ryzen 7 4800H, which has got 8 cores. Talking about the screen, they're offering a 250 nits anti-glare 120 Hz screen. This is probably the shittiest screen Lenovo Legion 5 has to offer, but this is the only variant available in the Indian market. In terms of memory, it is again just 8GB DDR4. Let's see what information. Yeah, pretty useless information. They're not saying whether it's dual channel or single channel. Hard drive, they're providing 256GB SSD and 1TB 5400 RPM. Now this is pathetically slow, and this will not be sufficient for installing all your programs and games if you wish to. Now moving to the graphic card, this is again another disappointment. So it's GTX 1650 Ti 4GB DDR6 graphic card. Not the best of the bunch, but well, it's there. Then comes with, where's the battery? Seems like I've lost track of the battery here. Ports, camera, wait, battery, yeah, it's right here. Integrated 60 watt-hour battery. So this is fine. This also comes, well, the Lenovo Legion 5 also comes with an 80 watt-hour battery. But even my version is 60 watt-hour, so that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. But this is what they have to offer. Okay, so this is it. This is what we can buy in India right now, and they're charging 87,490 for this. So if you're out there looking for AMD Ryzen 7 4800H laptops, and you can do few compromise like the 120 Hz screen, and of course the 4GB graphic card, then of course you can buy this, keeping in mind that hard drive M.2 256GB, you can upgrade that without much trouble. That is okay, but you have to live with the screen. Now Lenovo is offering this for 87,490 as I mentioned earlier, but the good thing is you can add 3-year warranty for just $999, which is a pretty sweet deal. But when you compare this pricing to what Amazon is offering, it's not a good deal. So when we go on Amazon and search for AMD Ryzen 4800H laptop, you will see that it has got the Asus TUF Gaming. Don't buy this one. I don't recommend this because of one simple reason: the screen is not good. Actually, it's not color accurate. But given Legion 5 is also not offering color accurate panel here, pretty tough to recommend it. Anyway, we move to Lenovo Legion 5, and this is what we have here. It's the same model, same specs, but look at the pricing. It's 81,000 roughly, well 80,990. So I already opened this tab. Same specs, everything is same, no difference there. That's it. But price 80,990. Lenovo Legion 5 on Lenovo official store is 87,490. That's easily a saving of, well, 6,500 something. So that's it. If you're out there trying to look for a laptop and you wanted to get this one, well, here it is. You can get a sweet deal on this one. So I don't know when the deal is going to end, how long it will last, but if you're watching this video at the time of recording, this is the best deal I could find. So hope you found this video interesting and helpful. subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates and videos, and like this video if you find it helpful. Stay tuned. See you in the next one.
Guys, so today we are at Throw Beach at Manx. It's supposedly the best noodle place in the north of Mauritius. We have been standing here for last 40 minutes just in the queue to wait to get the nice food. That's what it looks like from outside. And it's just opposite to the beach, and we came just right in time to see some fishermen returning with the catch of the day. I'll share the photo just after this place.
Actually, this. Boulettes, on met tout à pâte bœuf.
Tout à pâte bœuf?
Ouais.
Pas poisson?
Ouais.
Wagyu?
Ouais.
Parce que tu crois savoir quoi qu'elle a manqué déjà?
Ok. Il me restait encore là, non?
Ouais, tu sais, là. Il y a 13 variétés, là. Ton bœuf, là, hein?
Ouais. Ouais.
Je suis tombé.
Ouais, mettez, fromage.
Allez, allez. Parce que tu fais 6 là. 3 fromages.
Ouais.
Allez, il arrive 9. Calamar.
Calamar, mettez, crevette, mettez, calamar, mettez, poisson.
C'est un arrivé.
Ouais, non, c'est dépassé.
C'est dépassé, non, hein?
Allez, après, mettez 3 poissons. Ouais.
Vous voulez crevettes de balai?
Non.
3 poissons.
Ouais.
Le bouillon?
Bouillon, piqué. Soupe? Yes. Ouais, mettez le bouillon. Allez, poulet à flanc. One, the big one. 1.5 now? 1.5. Keep it 1.5. Chili in African? Yes.
So there are different ways of eating this, but the Mauritian way of eating is you grab your food, you come by the beach side, you have this nice view, and you enjoy your meal. So now we are going to eat this, and we have eaten this before, so we know that definitely it is worth the 1 hour 30 minutes wait. Hi guys, hope you're doing well. So today I was just walking at Kodong waterfront and I stumbled upon this nice tea place, and they sell like really nice bubble tea. So I'm at this shop and this gentleman here, he sells like really amazing tea. So we are going to try some of his green tea today. So how about we go with the blueberry one? Yeah. Sure. So I've entered the kitchen area, and now we're going to have a look at how he prepares his famous green tea.
First time I'm put it in brown sugar, natural brown sugar.
Okay.
And then I'm put it materials.
Okay.
Next time put it some water and then some green tea. Put it just shaker machine.
These are the bubbles. What are these bubbles made up of? Yes. Okay. Again, it's organic content. There is no artificial flavor in this.
100% organic. 100% organic. With artificial activity.
And this is the final step.
Yeah, this is the final check for sealing.
And comes out the fresh blueberry green tea.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for letting us view how you make your green tea.
Yeah, thank you so much, you too.
And so now let's try our fusion tea. Amazing. So guys, in the last video we saw the Christmas celebrations, and now I'm going to show you what Kodong looks like during the daytime or during the evening time. Right behind us. Hi guys, hope you are doing well. So today we are going to have lunch at one of the new places that have just opened up in Port Louis. It's called City Spice. The food is apparently really nice. They serve Indian food, so today I'm going to check out how it is.
Hakuna sijua na kupenda umeniteka vibaya, labda weze ufafanulie. Toto mwepesi unazungusha kama karatasi, basi siwe kesi.
So this restaurant is just opposite to the G2 Hospital in Port Louis. That's the busy street during an afternoon. Now we have just received compliments of the house. Some papad for starter. Looks very crispy and not so oily from outside. Called aplam in local language.
Local language.
Aplo. In Creole it's called aplo. In Tamil it's aplam.
Yes.
Yeah, now we're going to try papad. So aplam or aplo or papad is served with the green chili chutney and some pickle. Damn, that looks spicy.
The prawn aloo. It's good. It's good.
That's chicken kolhapuri.
Yes, sure.
This is veg kolhapuri. And this is prawn curry. Looks nice. Some butter kulchas. Chicken karahi. Spicy. Food is so good. Just right. And everyone is just ready to eat. Looks irresistible. Tempting. And this is the prawn curry.
No, that's the prawn curry.
Chicken karahi, and you can see some hint of cream there.
No, Papa.
That's the prawn curry.
Yes.
Twice we have the chicken kolhapuri, then we have the chicken karahi, then we have prawns, we have aloo gobi, and then we have the veg kolhapuri. The food was amazing. So if you're in Port Louis or just happen to be in Mauritius and you're craving for those Indian spices and delicacies and you want to taste authentic Indian food, I can recommend this place to you. So it's definitely worth the time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. This is what it looks like. A nice coconut cream with the natural coconut spoon. Good morning guys, so the time is 7:45 and right now we are at the Central Market in Port Louis, and right behind me you can see people queuing up already for having their breakfast, which is usually chee puri. Just grabbed our breakfast. Now we're going to find a spot to sit. This looks good enough. Oh. So as you can see behind me, there are people queuing up for chee puri. Usually I follow the rule that if there is a long queue for the food, go for that stall or outlet. But I found the chee puri to be nicer here at Shobendeva. The price is also not very expensive. For chee puri you pay just 12 rupees for 2 pieces and 3 pieces of gato for 10 rupees. So that's quite a nice price. Remove my mask to start eating. That's the gato. So basically this is what we call in Hindi pakoda. This is aloo ka pakoda. Quite long slices of potato, deep fried in oil. You can see some coriander there and loads of oil. Okay, now I'm going to start eating the aloo pakoda. Quite a big slice. Nice, crispy. And that mushy potato inside. And now, time for some chee puri. It's a bit difficult. Let me just try to put my camera on. I'm just going to open up my chee puri package. Nicely packed. Okay. The gatos were really fresh, and this is the chee puri. We're going to try the chee puri. That's a bit spicy because of the chili. Otherwise you have vegetables in it, some sort of beans, some tomato puree kind of thing. And this is made with wheat flour, all-purpose flour, but in Hindi we call it maida. So not really healthy option, but it's delicious, that's for sure. So just finished with the breakfast. Now it's time to go and get some vegetables. So in this video we are going to see how and where local people shop for their vegetables in Port Louis. That's the exit that leads to the meat market. Pavement, and that's the entrance of the central market. After some heavy chicory, it's time to have some Jello Coco, some coconut water. So we just headed to this nice little shop for some coconut water. Okay, so this is the shop where we usually get our coconut water, the daily dose of potassium and minerals. So the best thing is when you come in the morning, you get really fresh coconut water. सुबह सुबह दिन की शुरुआत करने के लिए नारियल पानी. Thank you. We have coconut water. It's really fresh. Okay, so after having coconut water, it's time to have some coconut cream. Okay. So this is what it looks like. A nice coconut cream with the natural coconut spoon. So this is it. Now we're going to eat it. I just need to find a place to put my tripod. The most interesting part about this shop is that you get all the eco-friendly products, from the floor shining sponge kind of thing that's made entirely out of coconut, to brooms and all kind of stuff, 100% organic. So if you're into that eco-friendly stuff, this is where you can find some useful items. And now it's time for some vegetable shop. So this is where I get my supply of potatoes. Really fresh stuff again. Some potatoes, onions, ginger, and a very friendly seller. And some ginger. Family is looking. Family. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Quite a busy morning here in Central Market. Sun first. I think we were stunning. Yes, I think we could have done. So,
small.
yes. So this is the gentleman from whom we get our fresh vegetables.
Okay? Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we continue on our vegetable journey. और क्या चाहिए हमें? So just to give you a better idea of how crowded the Central Market is, that's Central Market. It goes on and you have 4 lanes just like that on the other side. You have fruits, you have vegetables, you have greens, coconut, tomatoes, chili, everything. So that's the tofu made with machine, that's the tofu made with hand. Both are the same in quality, and you get some nice green vegetables, some fresh sprouts, and this gentleman, thank you. Never get the tofu first thing when you go to Central Market. It's very delicate, you need to be careful. Taste the piece into Thank you so much.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. So I've been thinking about making a video on best way to buy a laptop in 2021, especially in India. Before we go into that, let's see what are the steps or what information you need to gather or to do some sort of research to buy a laptop, because this is not an ordinary video where I just go and say, hey, this laptop is good, just buy this one. No, I'm making a video to explain what goes into selecting the laptop that you truly need and that will perform as intended, and all the calculations behind, so you can help someone out in getting a laptop, or you can help yourself out. So let's start. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you need to have a good overview of all these components. We will start with the processor, we will talk about graphic cards, we will talk about screen, we will talk about build quality, battery, price, storage, memory, I/O and connection, and other specifications. So don't get scared. It looks like well, it looks like a web, it looks like a lot, but don't worry, it's very simple. Stick with me, and in few minutes it will be easy. Okay, so let's talk about processor. So the processor is basically your main computing power, the brains of your device. And currently in market we have AMD and Intel. They have been fighting for decades, not including the Apple MacBooks or iMacs in this one. It's purely based on Windows, so we will be only talking about AMD and Intel variants. So currently we know that AMD is killing the competition and Intel is yet to come up with something that can bring it back to the competition. So we are more or less going to be inclined towards getting an AMD processor, preferably a 4800H or 4800HS. The difference between 4800H and 4800HS is this is like a mobile unit, so it's more power efficient, and this one is, well, a bit more power hungry compared to this. Other than that, there is only a fraction of difference for the speed, which you can always check by, well, going to Google to the rescue. So you can always type, let's say, AMD Ryzen 4800H. What is 4800HS? Okay, so notebook check. This is usually where I go and use a benchmark. We can open these tabs and see what does it say. Okay, so this is clocked at 2.9 gigahertz up to 4.2, again 2.9 goes up to 4.2, 35 watt, and this is, it doesn't say how much watt it takes, but we go to the full text. Yeah, 35 watt default and therefore 10 watt less, so it's 35 to 54 watt, and this is 35 watt. And so from 45 to 35 it's only 10 watt less, so rest of it is same. So no brainer there. If you're looking for a very large laptop, then maybe it's the thing for you. Point to be noted, it's slightly expensive, this one. Okay, so we know that what processor does, but the question is, how many cores do you need? Like, how much cores do you really need? You need to understand that most of the softwares, they don't utilize multiple cores. For example, if you want to know how much cores does AutoCAD use, it will say AutoCAD supports multi-core technology only in specific areas of the product and typically set to only using 2 of the processors. It uses 100% of the resource of a single core processor and uses a maximum of 50% of the CPU for that same operation on a dual core, and only 6% of each CPU on a 16 core. So you can do the maths there. So if you're going to run AutoCAD on a machine, you may not necessarily require that 8-core or 16-core CPU, because AutoCAD cannot take advantage of such multiple cores. So that's an eye-opener for a lot of people, including me. When I came to know about this, I was pretty surprised, and this explains why your probably 7 or even 10-year-old machine would run AutoCAD as good as your brand new laptop, because there is nothing wrong with that machine. AutoCAD works the way it works. Okay, so where does the multi-core performance kicks in? Well, it comes into play when you're using Photoshop on the side. You're running your AutoCAD and you have maybe YouTube open and you're listening to some music. Maybe you have an Excel spreadsheet open and you're calculating some areas, or maybe you're doing multiple tasks at the same time. This is when those additional cores will be of use to you. Otherwise, they're just sitting there doing nothing. All right, so now we know what the processor is and how many cores you can actually use. And I have a spelling mistake here. Just going to correct this one. I don't have a video, don't worry. So, yeah, that's all for the processor now. Rest you can do the research on your own. I'll leave that for you guys. Okay, now let's talk about the graphic card. Now we have again two big market players. We have AMD and Nvidia. For laptop market, currently Nvidia is still winning the battle in a way or another. However, in the desktop market, it's a different ball game. So since we are talking only about laptops, so we will be considering or concentrating only on Nvidia models. So we have 1650 Ti, which is a 4 GB variant. We have 1660 Ti, which is 6 GB, 2060 Max-Q. Now, Max-Q variants are made for lower power consumption, and they also have lower clock speeds, and they are not quite efficient. Well, they are efficient, but they're not powerful enough compared to their normal variants. And then we have 2060, 2070 Max-Q, 2070, 2070 Super, 2080, and then we also have the SLI configuration. The list goes on and on and on. Now the question is, which laptop would be the best? Based on the graphic card, of course. Now you need to understand one thing. If you are an average user, and I repeat, if you are an average user and you're not planning to do any heavy photorealistic rendering, or you're not planning to use some engineering softwares, or for that matter playing heavy games, you do not need a 6 GB graphic card. But if you're like me and you need to render, you need to run some graphic resource hungry applications, then you will require a 6 GB graphic card. So in that case, after all the research I've been doing for last several months and years, currently in the market, what we have that hits the sweet spot of affordability and performance is the 1660 Ti. And slightly above it, we have the 2060. I won't recommend buying 2060 Max-Q. Why? Well, good you asked. Let's go and check why. So, Nvidia 1660 Ti versus 2060 Max-Q. So, yeah, sorry for the spelling mistake there. As you can see, okay, now when you're going to compare, you will notice that 2060 Max-Q has got 25% more shader units, but base clock, this one is higher, boost clock, this one is higher, memory clock, this one is higher, memory size is exactly the same, total graphics power, this is going to use 80 watts because of course Max-Q low power, and DirectX version is the same, technology is the same, RTX capabilities, yes, you have RTX capabilities in 2060, whereas in this one you don't have it. Okay, and if you want to know what is RTX capabilities, I'm just going to search one more time. It says in dedicated ray tracing acceleration hardware, use an advanced acceleration structure, implement an entirely new GPU rendering pipeline to enable real-time ray tracing in games and other graphic applications. So if you are into ray tracing, there are many games available at the moment. Let's say games with RTX. Okay, that's a lot. So now, yes, since last 2 years they have been developing, but that's it. If you're looking for something for rendering, this should help. Otherwise, you can always go for Max-Q. Keep in mind, this one is much cheaper compared to this. And then we have the 2060, which is slightly more expensive, 2070 more expensive, more expensive, and then the list goes on. And then for professional use, we also have the Quadrenal. Some of you might be aware of the specific graphic card, the NVIDIA Quadro, the professional series, also terms as a scam by many people, because this machine graphic card costs a lot. I mean a lot. You can even get a complete gaming ring for that price. If you want to check, we can say NVIDIA Quadro 6GB 3200 6GB. Price. Okay. NVIDIA Quadro P3200 6GB DDR5 video graphic card. This machine is going to cost this much. That's a lot. And then you have this. I'm not sure if this is correct or not, but I'm just going to click on the link to check, because that is expensive. Okay, beyond the seller location, but video card, it's costing a fortune there. Alright, but you got the point, it's expensive. Now, let's move to the screen. Size is really important. If you are, again, working on drawings, whether you're drawing for an apartment or you're doing some mechanical, electrical, or any engineering work, and you would like to have that real estate of maximum possible screen that doesn't kill your back while you're carrying your laptop, so you are looking for that sweet spot, which is 15.6 inches. You can also find 16-inch laptops, quite a rare breed there, but if you get the nice configuration, it hits the spot, then why not? And then we are looking at resolution, so anything less than 1080p, it's not worth it. And don't go for 4K unless you're really into 4K, because it takes a lot of battery, and well, battery matters, especially for laptops. So unless you're into 4K, go for just a regular full HD screens. They're pretty neat. And you need to check the brightness. Yes, this is important. Anything less than 300 nits, and you're probably not going to be able to look at it during the daytime when you're sitting outside, or let's say too close to the window. The screen will be dark, so you will need something like 300-350 nits. The frequency or the refresh rate, this is a spelling wrong word placement here. So the refresh rate, you should be considering 144 Hz if you're going into gaming thing, but if you're going to have 4K resolution, then 60 Hz is okay, or 120 Hz is also fine, but 144 Hz and beyond that, it's really sweet for gaming. Now, color accuracy, this is where most of the laptops, and I mean most of the laptops, well, 7 out of 10 laptops, they suck at this. The screens, they have good resolution, they're bright, refresh rate is good, but they're poor in color accuracy. So especially when you're doing some content creation, or let's say you're doing something on Photoshop or Illustrator for that matter, and you want to get it printed. So what you're drawing or you're creating on your screen, it's never going to be remotely close to what you're going to get as a printout. So this is where it matters. So if you're into that, or you want something which is color accurate so you can rely on it, so when you print you don't get like a huge surprise. So definitely go for color accurate screens. Now you have RGB and you have Adobe sRGB, you have Pantone certified screens. If you're going to get 100% RGB, good. 100% sRGB, even better, more expensive. Pantone certified, best, but again really expensive. Now let's move to the build quality. Build quality is more of a feature that you can really compromise on in few areas. I mean, as long as it's durable, it doesn't look like too cheap, and it's made of plastic, you can deal with it. But if it looks like cheap and doesn't look stable, and it feels like it's fragile, or it's made from, you know, some sort of I don't know, maybe some sort of crazy plastic material that's just going to break in your hand, it's a deal breaker. Then we have the CNC aluminum, the carbon fiber, and other kind of stuff, which is like premium finish, top of the line and expensive stuff. So you need to make your choice. What are you looking for? If you're a business person and looks really matter to you, so of course you would like to go for a premium look and feel, and maybe you don't really care if it has got a dedicated graphic card or not. Yeah, going back to the graphics, sorry, I'm just missing this one. There are two types of graphics. You have integrated graphic card and you have the dedicated graphic card. Integrated graphics is basically just like your Intel UHD, just to run, you know, just videos and stuff, but you cannot do gaming on it. You cannot do, or you don't get really good graphic capability with that. That's why you need to have dedicated graphic cards. All this stuff, this is the dedicated graphic card section here. Okay, moving back to build quality. So this is where you can decide whether you would be okay with a plastic finish as long as it looks good, feels good, and doesn't look like it's going to break tomorrow. And which brings us to the next one, which is the battery. Now, battery is really important. You would want your laptop to at least last like 3-4 hours, but keep in mind, the more graphic power your laptop holds, the less the battery is going to last. So you have to make sure you have that balance of graphic power and the battery. Okay, and never ever run heavy graphic applications or games on a battery unless you want to ruin your machine. So battery capacity, we have 48 watt hours, 60 watt hours, 72 watt hours, 90 watt hours, and 99 watt hours. And most of the configuration we receive in India are 48 watt hours, sometimes 60 watt hours. 60 watt hours on a 15.6 inch screen, which is 1080p, can give you easily 3.5 hours of normal use, like browsing the web, opening Microsoft document, working on an Excel sheet or a Word document, even watching videos or something like that. But if you're having let's say some more requirements, like you want to play some games, maybe it's going to last not even 1 hour. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the price. So in India, we have a variety of user base, and not every user has the same set of requirements. The people who are just looking for a laptop to be their media consumption machine, just to watch movies on a slightly bigger screen, surf web, and browse website, do Facebooking, I don't know, just like normal regular light usage stuff. So for them, they're not looking for spending like 1 lakh rupees on a laptop. Doesn't make sense, doesn't really make sense, and it's fine. I mean, why not? Why to spend money where you don't need it? But then there are people, for example, engineers, architects, and graphic designers, content creators, animators, 3D visualizers. So these guys, they need something which has some juice in it, to get the shit done. So for that, you need to have a good machine. The only problem is when you break down all the current available laptops in Indian market, the tech they're using, what they're offering, for how much they're offering, it's kind of disappointing. But let's say we have divided into 4 segments or 4 bands, 80 to 90,000. So for this segment, you can get something with 1650 Ti, with AMD 4600H, even AMD 4800H, and 15.6 inch screen, 1080p resolution with 250 to 300 nits of brightness, a refresh rate of 120 Hz or 60 Hz, but not really color accurate screens, so a bit of a drag here. Build quality you will find at this price point plastic. Battery would be 48 watt hour to 60 watt hour, not more than that. That's what you can get for 80 to 90,000. Now, before we move to the next one, we need to understand why this gap occurs. So the most important factor is here. You can have the same graphic card, you can have the same processor. Everything is the same, just the graphic card from this to this will give you a difference of 15 to 20, 25,000. From this to this, another 15 to 20,000, this to this, another 30,000, so and it keeps on increasing. Now, when we talk about the storage, you need to understand there are different types of storage. You have the hard disk drive, you have the solid state drive, and then you have the M.2 NVMe drive. So I've kept this one on the top because this is the fastest that it has to offer in today's world. This is like extremely fast. You can have up to 3000 Mbps speed on this one. So it really matters. Earlier we were using this for only the OS installation, and then the rest of it we were using either an SSD, SATA based SSD, or a hard disk drive to keep all the data and run the applications from there, and then it gets really slow and buggy. But if you can afford, go for M.2 512 gigs. This is what's going to help you have a smooth OS and install a couple of applications and run all these applications like Photoshop and stuff without any issues. Now let's move to memory. We need to understand the memory and how it works. You need to understand there is a capacity limit for your CPU and specifically for the machine that you're talking about. So not necessarily all the machines will be able to hold the same amount of memory. So this is a very important aspect here. Currently, the fastest module that we have commercially available is the DDR4. And you need to understand there are different channels. Channels is basically slots. Most of the laptop come with 2 RAM slots. So a dual channel memory is very important for AMD based processors here. Again, sorry, the autocorrect is ruining this and making it AMD. Well, it's AMD, and it's really important for the AMD processors. And for Intel, it works just fine if you have installed one memory stick which is 4 GB, the other one which is 8 GB. It will just run fine. Even AMD will run just fine, but the best performance you will get when you're using dual channel, which is the same memory frequency, and we will get to the frequency later on, but you have the same memory frequency and the same memory size. This works best for AMD. And then move to the maximum capacity. This is usually your manufacturer tells you what is the maximum capacity your machine can hold. So most of the machines can hold now up to 16, some can hold 32, some can even hold 64, and some can hold even 128. And of course these are more expensive modules, so you need to balance it out. Then we talk about the frequency. You have a number of frequencies right now. You have the 2400 megahertz, you have 3000 megahertz, you have 3200. So if you're buying a laptop in 2021, I would recommend go for 3200 megahertz. It's really good, reliable, and fast. Now we have covered the memory section. Let's go to the I/O. You will get standard 2.0, 3.0, USB Type-C, Gen 1 and 2. Then it varies on the speed. And the LAN port, if you're buying, let's say, a business laptop or a premium, sleek, 2-in-1 convertible kind of thing, then you're probably not going to get the LAN port. So if you are a gamer and you want to have that LAN speed 1000 Mbps, Cat 6, then probably you will need that. Microphone and speaker standard. If you're not going to use your laptop for movie or watching videos, then probably you can compromise on the speakers there. But if you're buying solely for the purpose of media consumption, then you would like to spend a bit more on this one, or you can always have the option to plug in your earphones and just connect your Bluetooth speaker. Moving on to the SD card reader. Now this is kind of a debate here. More and more laptops, they are just removing SD card reader. If you are a photographer, or let's say you record videos, or I don't know, maybe just a side project, and you need this, good luck trying to find this in the coming laptops, because not all of them are offering this anymore. Now we move to keyboard. Now keyboard is really important if you type a lot on your machine, or you're gaming on your machine. You don't want any ghost strikes, you don't want to have a terrible experience on your keyboard, so you need to be careful about this. And then we move to trackpad. A good size trackpad with Windows 10 precision drivers would do just fine. Touch enable, again, this is for people. You have different group of people. Some would love to have this feature. It's more immersive, it's more expressive. They can draw on it, they can explain things easier. For presentations, it's really useful. For the rest of us, not really, because we cannot use this on AutoCAD and other 3D softwares that we use. So it's there, okay, not there, still doesn't really matter. Now Wi-Fi, we have now got Wi-Fi 6. More and more laptops are going to be shipping with this one, and if it doesn't come with Wi-Fi 6, you just need to check if your laptop supports Wi-Fi 6. You can just swap out the old one, install a Wi-Fi 6 card. It would be fine. Bluetooth, again, standard connection, Bluetooth 5.0, BLE, it's okay. HDMI connections, you need to check what's the version of your HDMI, how many screens it can support, and the maximum resolution it can support, and at what frequency it can support that resolution. So you may be able to have 4K but only 60 FPS, or you may be able to have up to 8K but again 30 FPS. So you need to check what you're getting for that specification. Now other specs that are usually overlooked but should not be overlooked is upgrade. Can you upgrade your machine 2 years down the road? Maybe you want to just swap one of these memory channel, or maybe both of them. You want to upgrade it to maximum capacity. Can you do that? Is it user upgradable? Some of the premium machines, they are now coming with one memory which is sorted on the board, and the second one is upgradable, so you need to check that one out. A warranty, what is covered in the warranty? Usually in India we get the accidental cover warranty, accidental damage protection, and it's usually for 1 year, but you can extend it for a couple of thousand, so you can get like 2 or 3 years extra. And then what is the fan placement? Now this is important because if you're doing gaming or heavy work and it's just on the right hand side or on the left hand side, then it's really annoying. If it's at the back, then it's really good, so you would might as well check that one. So since we have covered this section, I hope you have a good understanding about what components to look for when you're looking forward to getting a new laptop, or you're just browsing for a new machine. Now we have covered this part 1, and now let's move to part 2. In part 2, we're going to look at the high performance laptops available in the Indian market. Part 2 will be released tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed with the channel and press the bell icon to receive the timely notification and updates for the coming videos. Hope you like this video. See you in the next one. And now let's move to part 2. In part 2, we're going to look at the high performance laptops available in the Indian market. So let's just go to Amazon India. Amazon India, we're here. Let's go for Ryzen 4800H laptops. The first result is Lenovo Legion 5 AMD Ryzen 15.6-inch full HD gaming laptop, 8GB of RAM, 1TB hard disk, 256GB SSD, Windows 10, 120Hz NVIDIA GTX 1650 Ti, 4GB DDR6 graphic, Phantom Black, 2.3 kilograms. Let's open this up. I've already covered this particular version in another video. You will see the link popping up on the right side of your screen. If you want to pause this video, go check that one out and then come back and continue this video. So I'm not going to go into the details of this particular model, but keep in mind this is like the least quality, maybe not the least quality, but the least popular model of Lenovo Legion 5. Doesn't really have a good color accurate screen, otherwise just work fine except for the 1650 Ti graphic card, which is just 4GB, although the price to performance ratio is still good on this one. Then you have Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3, same specs, and just it's the IdeaPad series, and that's the Legion 5 series. Legion 5 series has got like better cooling system, of course. Let's just pause this one. This is a bit annoying. Let's go to images, and you will notice the vents at the bottom still loading. Sorry for my internet connection, it's a bit slow. Okay, let's close this one and open the image directly. Yeah, you see this? That's what we are talking about. You have half, almost, well, 40%, 45% of the bottom panel serves as vent, and on the back side you have really nice vents there, so the cooling is pretty good on this one. And then we have HP Omen 15, another good gaming laptop, but again the same graphic card. Move to the next one. Ryzen 7 4800H and 6GB AMD Radeon RX 5600M. This is slightly better compared to the 1650 Ti, but not as good as the 1660 Ti. Moving on to the next one, again same stuff, DDR6, 4GB, same graphic card. And then let's move to the next one. This is the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 14-inch Full HD 120Hz. The screen on this model is pretty good. 1660 Ti Max-Q variant, kind of acceptable for the price point, but well, they can do better than that. Moving on to the next one, which is the Asus ROG Zephyrus Ryzen 7 4800H 2060 Max-Q 6GB. This is good, but again it's like almost 1.5 lakhs. And then 1650 Ti, GB graphic card. I'm getting disappointed again. Alright, but this is what we have. Okay, so we have seen that if we are buying Ryzen 7 4800H with 2060 Max-Q, it's 144,899, so 1.45 lakhs. Okay, 1,45,000. If we are buying it with 1660 Ti Max-Q, again 123 or 124, 1,24. This is 1,45. So 21,000 gap here, like we discussed in the part 1. And where is that variant? Yeah, 1660 Ti is here. There should be one more variant which offers 1650 Ti, or maybe they have just removed it. And if we are just going with the Ryzen 7 4800H with 1650 Ti, it's just 83,000. So compare 83,000 versus 124,000. Now This version, this laptop I haven't covered in the previous video, so just going to give a quick overview of this one. This is like premium built. Okay, it's magnesium alloy kind of stuff, so it's lightweight, power horse, good battery life, and yeah, there you can see it's 76 watt hours. And the only catch is you have got one memory which is sorted on board, so you cannot really upgrade both the slots. You have to just wait and stick with the one that's already sorted and only upgrade the other one. So you have two modules of 8 GB. You can swap the second module, upgrade it to 16 gigabytes. You will get a total of 24 gigabytes, and that's as far as it goes. Okay, and also you will get only one NVMe slot in this, whereas in Lenovo Legion 5 you have two M.2 NVMe slots. So upgradability wise, this one is better. Build quality, premium finish, lightweight, business class stuff, this is nice, but just keep in mind there is no webcam option on this one, whereas this Lenovo Legion 5 comes with decent webcam with privacy shutter, so you can, there's a physical button, you can turn it off if you don't want your camera to be accessed. So that's a good feature right there. Okay, now the question is which laptop you should be buying. It's very straightforward. If you're buying something less than 1 lakh in India, buy whatever rings your bell, whatever says your boat, whatever music you like. I don't know how to put it, but whatever model you think it's good for you, just do some research. Just never buy a laptop which is right on the market. Don't do that. That's a big mistake. There are people out there who test the product, give decent reviews, look it out, check for those reviews, see what are the performance issues, build quality issues, software gimmicks, hardware issues. In 3-4 months, manufacturer is going to rectify those issues. You're going to get a more refined product. Wait it out. Okay, so currently if I were to recommend you a laptop within the range of 80 to 90,000, I would say buy this one. But if slightly more expensive than this, you can go for this one. The panel on this is better than better than this, of course. And if you can go beyond 1 lakh, then buy this which has got 1660 Ti Max-Q, or if your budget goes up to 1.5, you can go for this one. But again, as I started the conversation with, if you're buying something less than 1 lakh, then I recommend this or this. The question is what to do if you have cash to spare and you really want like a really good machine, performance wise, quality wise, you're disappointed with the options available in the Indian market. Why? Glad you asked. Let's check what we have in other markets for that matter. So let's just go to Amazon Singapore. Let's check AMD Ryzen 4800H laptops. So Lenovo Legion 5 4800H 144 Hz screen. Okay, 1660 Ti GPU, 512 M.2, 16 GB 32 MHz DDR4. That's exactly the model that I'm using right now, and it cost 1,670.30 Singapore dollars. Let's convert this to Singapore dollars to INR. Today's conversion rate, and you can get it for 91,876. Now compare this to what they're offering in India for 83,000. This one, color accurate screen. This one, no. This one 144 Hz. This one 120 Hz. This one 16 GB RAM. This one 8 GB RAM. This one 512 GB M.2. This one 256 GB M.2 and 1 terabyte HDD. Okay, it's not very difficult to see that this one has got a better graphics, better screen, better storage, better RAM compared to this. And look at the price difference. This is only 92,000 roughly, and this one is 83,000. So for 9 or 10,000 more, you're getting this laptop. So again, if you are willing to buy a laptop which costs more than 1 lakh, don't buy it from India. Honest advice. I can easily recommend another laptop which is more expensive with nice graphic card and everything, but I don't want to do that because I want to give you honest opinion. So my honest opinion, don't buy it in India. If you are willing to spend more than 1 lakh, you can probably fly to another country like Singapore or Dubai for that matter, spend a day or two, get your laptop. You will have access to variety of high-end tech there, reasonably good price, and then you can just return to India. Simple. Not that difficult, is it? But not everyone would be willing to take that path, all the hassle, and they can just buy the laptops which are available in India at the moment. Let's continue our search for 1 or 2 more items. Let's check. Asus G14 1660 Ti. That's the model we have seen. They don't have anything here. Max-Q, that was the Max-Q variant. Asus Zephyrus G. Okay, they don't have that model, but let's say Asus AMD 4800H. That's a typo right there. Okay, they have the G15. We really don't see G14 here, but we have it. I don't know whether it's available or not, but let's check. That's the Intel variant, so we can close that one. Okay, they don't have that model, so we cannot compare apple to apple. They don't have the Asus Zephyrus 14. I'm going to try one more time. Let's not give up that easily. Asus Zephyrus G14. Alright, so we have the Ryzen 9 variant here. Here we have the Ryzen 7 variant. Ryzen 9. What else we have? Ryzen 9. Ryzen 7. Okay, we can open this one. And we can open G14 2060 and this one. Let's just open this and this. Alright, so we've got Ryzen 7 RTX 2060 and this is 2000 something. Let's go and convert. It's going to cost you 1,13,391, whereas the 2060 model right here is a Zephyrus. Yeah. So Ryzen 7 4800H, Ryzen 9 4900HS, if I'm not mistaken. 16 GB of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, 1 terabyte SSD, Moonlight White, RTX 2060, RTX 2060, Max-Q. There is a typo here. This should be the Max-Q variant. And how much it's costing? Well, 2061. 2061 is 1,13,000, and this is costing 1,45,900. So 30,000 more with an outdated, not outdated, but one generation older processor. This one has got recent one, the 4900H, and this one has got 4700H, Ryzen 7 4800H. Rest of the specs are the same. And if we want to look at the other one, which is 2016 Max-Q, this is okay. Sorry, it's my bad. This is actually RTX 2060, not the Max-Q version, and the Max-Q version is just 23. Okay, well, doesn't make much of a difference between 23 and 60. Let me just close this one. 61, so like $40 Singaporean more. You're getting a much better graphic card, so why not? Alright, we can close this one because that's an Intel variant. So this is what you're getting for your money. Now the question is it worth it? Definitely it's worth it, because it's not about saving 35,000. Of course you will be investing on your flight to Singapore. Let's check this. Let's try from Delhi to Singapore. Well, 9,000 something. So if you're living in Delhi, you can book a flight from Delhi to Singapore and return. Let's say it's going to cost you 20,000. Okay, you are still going to save 10,000. And actually it's not about saving this 10,000, it's about getting a much recent model, which compared to the one they're offering in India, it's much better in terms of price, performance and everything. Let's say you were to buy the Ryzen 7 4800H, which they are selling at a terrible specs here. You can get the same one with better specs, I mean the same model with better specs, for 90,000. So if you include the cost of your tickets, it's 110,000, which is currently unavailable here. And the interesting thing is, which a lot of people don't talk about, is VAT on electronics in Singapore. Okay. Different countries have different margin of VAT on the products. The question is why we are looking for VAT. Okay, so 7%. I'm not an expert on this, but usually whatever VAT you're paying in a country and you're not the resident of that country, let's say you're a foreign national in that specific country. For example, if you're an Indian traveling to Singapore, you're buying something in Singapore, you can get a VAT refund when you are returning. It works in most of the countries. So 7% of whatever you're paying, you will get it back. So 7% of, we were talking about 100. Yeah, let's just check this price. We take this price directly here, we paste it to 7%. Yeah, roughly the price of your ticket one way. You will get it back as VAT refund. So instead of saving 10,000, you will be saving like 18,000. But again, it's not about saving the money, it's about getting the right product that you want. Similarly, just to compare how unfair the Indian tech market is, or let's say how unfairly we are treated as Indians in terms of accessibility to the latest tech. Let's just search Let's say you want to buy the MSI Creator 15 Ultra HD 4K 100% thin and light Adobe 100% Spectrum 8750H RTX 2070 Super with 32 gigs of DDR4, 1TB NVMe SSD, Windows 10 Pro and VR ready. So this is costing in Singaporean dollars 2,700, in Indian currency 1,50,000. So you're getting this machine, or this beast of a machine, for 1,50,000, whereas in India we're getting this for roughly 1,50,000. RTX 2070 2060 Max-Q, 32 gigs of RAM, only 16 gigs of RAM, 4K ultra thin bezels, only Full HD, with Windows 10 Pro of course, and this doesn't have Windows 10 Pro, or it does have, I'm not really sure, and honestly I don't care at this point in time, but this one by all means is a better machine compared to this one, but we would be paying a lot for this even if this was available. So MSI Creator, let's check this one out if it is available in Indian market. No, it's not. We have the Intel U variants, which are the power efficient versions. Again, power efficient version, power efficient Core i5 750H, 32 GB of RAM, RTX 2070 Super, RTX 2070 Super, 32 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of RAM, 1TB NVMe, 1TB NVMe, 8750H, 8750H, 3,19,990, 1,50,000. Just compare these two. You can buy two of these machines in Singapore, return to India, and have both of them up and running for the same price that you would be paying for this machine back in India. That's the whole point, which brings us to part 3 of the video. In part 3 of this video, we're going to talk about one and only one thing, which is how can we get access to quality tech in India. That's one. And the second is without having the need to pay like twice the amount, which is crazy at times. Okay, so we have been thinking about it, just not me, a number of people like me, I'm not alone in this one, that why this is such kind of discrimination which is happening to all of us, and what can be done to stop it, if anything can be done at all. So we don't know what can be done, but we have come up with an idea. It's not a solution, it's an idea that we will just start asking. Yeah, we will just start asking all these manufacturers, hey, what's up, you launched a new model, when is it coming to India? Is it coming to India? What's the price going to be? And then we keep on pestering them. Hell, at least we keep on asking them when you're going to get this model. And I don't know if it's a realistic approach or it's just a dream, or I'm just going crazy on this one, but at least I've got a good subscriber of mine. I'm just sharing the chat with you here. You can check this out. It's on my YouTube channel on the video called the Lenovo Legion 5 in India. We have been talking like a number of things, but the most important part is like how can we make them stop this discrimination with us. So well, we both agree that we should just start asking them and keep on asking them that, okay, when are you going to bring this model? And maybe eventually sufficient number of people are going to ask that it's going to change something for good. I don't know, but the idea is crazy. But if you like this idea and you believe that this can change something, this can bring something good to us, I invite you to join us in this craziness, and we start asking all these manufacturers that stop discriminating. We love tech as much as other people around the globe, so we should have access to the same quality tech, even if you're going to ask us to pay a little bit extra because of taxes and stuff. We understand, but just don't bring the least popular, or let's say the least spec model, and release it in India and expect us to stay quiet and say, okay, we are going to just live with that and accept this model. No, we need to put a full stop to it. So I hope you like this video and you learned something new in this one, and let's hope we finally get some access to quality tech like the rest of the world at the same time, not like 3 years after everybody else has stopped using it. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, means a lot, and subscribe to my channel if you like to see more content like this. And if you have your own thoughts and comments on why we are having this kind of discrimination, or you know something that we don't, would you like to share that one? Drop a comment, and see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Hi guys, hope you are doing well. So today we are at Grand Bay, and soon we will be boarding our boat to Catamaran, the yellow one right behind me, and then we will start our journey to Gabriel Island. The weather is fine, no sun as such, so it's going to be better. And right behind me there is a restaurant and the public beach area where we came to see the New Year celebration. Apparently it was a miss because of the corona situation, not really much of a celebration there. I recorded that one, but I haven't posted it yet, maybe in the future. Okay, enough about that one, let's get started and board the boat. Hi guys, so we are on Catamaran now, and looks fabulous. Just look around, you have so many catamarans, so many boats, so many yachts. It looks amazing. It's a perfect day.
That we were talking about, the islands, why is it so nice to be on that island?
Here in Mauritius, it's like paradise on earth, and we have the biodiversity of pretty everything on earth, like the marine life is good, and even the corals.
This is not your first time on the catamaran, right?
No, it's the third time on the catamaran.
Okay. Is there anything to be afraid of on the catamaran for people like me who don't know how to swim?
Because it's more stable than a boat, because you have two, how do you say,
stabilizers.
Yeah, stabilizers, yeah. That's it.
So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun.
That's the view right now from the catamaran.
As you can see, we are approaching Koh Ineme, and it's a really beautiful, massive piece of rock, and you can see the high tide marks on the mountain. That's beautiful. Catamaran. I was really scared to get here, but the view is apparently really nice. It's relaxing. But yes, I've never been on a boat this size before. I've ever been only on a small boat that you paddle by hand. Oh my god, that was a big one. So you have nice waves. The ocean is rather calm. And I don't know, because I don't have any reference frame, but really refreshing. All you see, as far as you can see, the vast Indian Ocean and some of the nearby islands, the small landmass that we have in the Indian Ocean, like the Flat Island, the Round Island. We just crossed Koh Ineme, so I hope you like that too, because it's really hard to describe things through a video. That's some amazing experience. I can't describe it in words. I'm trying to record and capture everything as far as I can to share with you guys, but if you are not able to feel it, I'm sorry for that, but I hope you can come to Mauritius one day and take the catamaran ride and feel it for yourself, see it for yourself, what it is to be in front of the vastness of the nature. I'm just going to move the camera closer to my face because it's, well, my arm got tired. Right now not that really comfortable, but that's all I have. And this is the buddy. Say hi. Hi, how are you? You enjoying the view? Yes. So just arrived at the Gabriel Island, having kind of motion sickness, or seasickness. I don't know, the head is spinning really fast. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see fishes down there, but there are fishes down there. It's one of the islands. I don't know if it's the Gabriel Island or not, but we have all these boats here, and we have one more island there. That's Koh Ineme, that one. Now we are feeding the fish. So we just left our catamaran and took this small boat to go to Gabriel Island. The sun is shining, water is crystal clear, the air is fresh. Can't describe this in words. It's amazing. We have seen all the shades of blue in the ocean, from pitch dark blue to turquoise, light green,
and even transparent. So this water is like transparent. You can see the ocean bed under it. The guide was just telling us that we have underwater currents on this side, so it's not a good idea to swim here. That's why we will be going to the other side to swim.
Just arrived on this island. And that's the view. It's beautiful. The water is so clear. I'm just going to show you how clear the water is.
This is the most fun part of the trip. We just went right into the lagoon area. You see some corals, most of them are dead, but we still have some which are alive, and they are small fishes, really colorful, just playing around. You need to be a bit careful though, because the corals at times, the ones on the floor are really sharp, and some of these fishes, well, they try to bite you. And we got the fish again. Piece of advice for those of you who are planning to take a catamaran trip, which includes swimming part, do come with your snorkeling headgear. It will be really helpful because it will allow you to open your eyes underwater without having the saltiness hurting your eyes and causing unnecessary irritation. So it really helps because you can see crystal clear water, and then you will be able to enjoy all the marine life, the seabed, all the different things the ocean has to offer. So right now we're waiting for our small boat back to the catamaran under the shack because it's really hot outside. Let me just show you around. And that's how you reach to this part of the island, and it's that's where you have the catamaran over there, and then you take a small boat like that, or the other one, or that one, brings you here. You swim, you have some rocks, some trees, pelican birds, and then, well, that's pretty much it. But you enjoy the nice sand, just like this, crystal clear water, and then of course you head back to the catamaran. So we will catch you guys later. That's Coin de Mer, and behind this is Grand Bay, where we started our journey. Currently feels like we are stranded on the island with feet inside sand. That's the boat, and we are waiting. Probably we will get on the next boat. The journey continues. Well, yeah, so I'm recording this while looking at the Coin de Mer. Yeah, my lad. So that's Coin de Mer from up close up. We are still far away from land. Not a long way to go, maybe about 40-30 minutes. I don't know, let's find out. Guys, it's amazing. We are still approaching the land. Here you can see in front of you, far behind, the mountain range in Salute, and some trees. That's the beach of Grand Bay. Some cool live music session, which is very interesting.
Hi guys, welcome back. So we are finally approaching the land, and it's been a nice ride. It was fun, a bit scary, a bit of sickness, some dizziness, a bit of swimming, some corals, some water fun, going the beer, nice food, live music. Overall, it was a fun activity. I'll totally recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Like this video, share, and see you in the next one.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a comparison for CPU versus GPU rendering on DaVinci Resolve on Lenovo Legion 5. Let's get started. So we have the DaVinci Resolve open here. I've dragged and dropped some 4K content that I shot last year while on my trip to Ferney. So this is roughly 1 minute of 4K footage. We're going to render it. I'm not adding any text or transition animations. So we're going to use this raw footage as it is for the rendering purpose. Then we will render the same footage through GPU. So this should serve as a standard benchmark. Okay, let's get started. We go to delivery, click on H264. We need to give file a name. So we're going to just type test 4K. I'm just going to save this on desktop for now. That's done. Now we just need to change the format to MP4 and yeah, encoder. We will set this at native. On native, it's going to use the CPU only, and the other setting, which is NVIDIA, we will talk about that in the next part of the video. Okay, the frame rate is roughly 30. We're going to add this to the render queue. There is another one from previous render. I'm just going to delete it. So all set. Now we're going to click on render. It's saying 2 minutes and 26 seconds. I'm not going to fast forward this part because I want you to feel the exact time duration for the purpose of comparison, because when we're going to render using the GPU, you will get a better and much clearer idea about how much time it takes and what's the difference. And that's the whole point of this video. Alright, we are about 30 seconds into the rendering and it's 23% complete. So one important thing about DaVinci Resolve is you have two versions out there. The one is the standard version, which is also free, and this only allows you to use the CPU for rendering, although it contains all the necessary tools and kits for you to do your video and rendering, editing stuff. But that's the limitation of the free version. And the other one is the studio version, which allows you to select your GPU or CPU, whatever you want, for your rendering purposes. So this is the main difference. And otherwise, it's a pretty robust, well-made software and really intuitive to learn, and it's a capable software. All right, so it's about 1 minute remaining. We are at 58% of rendering. So for a 4K video of 1 minute length, I won't say it is bad or it's really impressive. It's somewhere in between, and you will understand why I'm saying it's not really impressive, because well, we're going to render it using the GPU, and then we will get the complete idea of the GPU rendering capabilities in DaVinci Resolve. We are using Lenovo Legion 5 4800H AMD Ryzen processor and 1660 Ti graphic card. Currently we are rendering using 4800H, and that's 8-core processor, 2.9 GHz, turbo boost up to 4.2, and this is what is currently being utilized. So using this, we
we notice that it's taking roughly 2 minutes and 30 seconds, well, somewhere around that time, to render 1 minute of 4K video. We are almost done there. Okay, so it is complete. Now we are not going to open it right now, but we are going to render the same video, but this time we are going to use the GPU. So all the settings are done. We just need to change the encoder from native to NVIDIA. Everything else is same. Now we just need to rename the file to make sure that it's not going to override the previous render, and that's it. Make sure you select NVIDIA under the encoder category to render using your GPU. The previous render is already there. We're just going to remove that one. Then we go, okay, replace existing file. No, rename. We're going to say test 4K NVIDIA, and just going to save that one. Adding to the render queue. Rendering starts now. Okay, so as you can see straight away, it's just showing 46 seconds to render, and it's going really fast, much faster compared to the CPU only rendering, and it's roughly 1/3 of the time. So same video footage, no change whatsoever, no transition, no animations added, and it's already 1/3 the time of the CPU rendering. So it's really fast. So as you can see, there is a huge difference when it comes to rendering using CPU versus GPU. So it's no brainer there, and this is definitely worth recommending that use your GPU for rendering. Since the render is now over, we will go to the result check. Let's open the test 4K properties, and we see what's the size. It's 2.03 gigabytes. Now we open the test 4K NVIDIA file. It is 1.28 gigabytes. So not only it's faster, but the compression is also good, because the size is roughly 750 MB less. Just quickly skimming through the output video to check the quality. So this is the CPU render quality, pretty nice. That's the tortoise at Fenny Reserve, looks cute. Moving on to the text 4K video using NVIDIA graphic card. The video quality is the same. I don't see any difference, and if you see any difference, drop below in the comments, but I don't see any difference. Yeah, this turtle is probably 100 years old, by the way. Alright, so that's all for the comparison. So we can see that CPU took 2.27 minutes, whereas the GPU took less than 50 seconds, and that's really impressive. If you would like to see more comparison videos of such kind, do let me know your thoughts on that one, or if you have any suggestions or there is a specific comparison you want to see, drop in the comments below. I'll try to make that possible. That's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Like it, share it, comment. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.